Hey bookworms, welcome back to Big Peer. I'm Paul, and as always, I'm so excited to be your host for another literary adventure.
And I'm Alice, thrilled to be joining you today to dive into a really captivating book.
So today we're cracking open The Tell by Amy Griffin.
Yes, a memoir that's been making waves and even earned a spot on Oprah's book club list.
That's right, Oprah's stamp of approval is no small feat.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying these book discussions with us, don't forget to show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel. And hey, if you want to explore The Tell yourself, we've got a handy link for you down in the description. All right, so let's step into the world of Amy Griffin. Imagine, a woman who, on the surface, has it all. A thriving career, a loving family, the picture of success.
But there's this underlying current of unease, like a subtle but persistent feeling that something's just off.
Yeah, it's like she's living this picture-perfect life. Deep down, there's a sense of disconnect.
Exactly. And then in this moment of almost childlike clarity, her daughter asks her, "Where are you, Mom? You're here, but you're not really here."
It's such a simple question, but so profound.
It really is. And for Amy, that question becomes this catalyst for her to finally confront this feeling of emptiness and, start searching for the root of her discontent.
And that search takes her down a really unexpected path. Psychedelic-assisted therapy.
Yeah, and this unconventional approach to therapy plays a pivotal role in her journey of self-discovery. It's during these sessions that she starts accessing these deeply buried memories she had long repressed, specifically experiences of childhood sexual abuse.
It's a heavy realization, and it really illuminates the disconnection she'd been feeling for so long.
It's almost like a missing piece of the puzzle falling into place. Suddenly, she's able to understand herself in this whole new light.
And that discovery propels her onto a path of healing. But the story doesn't stop there. It kind of takes a turn into this legal thriller territory.
Right. So, empowered by this newfound clarity and understanding, Amy decides she's going to seek justice against her abuser. She dives headfirst into this complex, often daunting legal system, and her resilience in the face of this adversity is really remarkable.
It's a story that deeply resonates with countless individuals who've experienced similar trauma. It's a reminder of how prevalent these experiences are and how crucial it is to seek healing.
It really echoes Oprah Winfrey's own journey of confronting childhood sexual abuse, highlighting the universality of hidden trauma, and the importance of reclaiming one's own narrative.
We'd love to hear your thoughts on this as well. If you're finding this discussion insightful, drop a comment below. We always enjoy hearing from you. And remember, if you're interested in exploring the Tell further, we've got that link for you in the description.
Now, let's delve deeper into the heart of Amy's healing journey. One of the most powerful elements of the book is the way she describes those therapy sessions. It's like you're witnessing a dam breaking. There's this flood of repressed emotions and memories resurfacing.
Absolutely. And she's forced to confront the reality of what she endured, and it's undeniably heavy stuff.
It is, but it's in this confrontation that her true healing begins. She's no longer running from her past. She's facing it head on with incredible courage.
And that shift from avoidance to confrontation, it's such a pivotal step in any healing journey. Acknowledging the pain, allowing yourself to process those difficult emotions, it's so crucial to finding a way to move forward.
So then how does she move forward? What does that look like for her?
Well, the resolution of the Tell really showcases the incredible power of vulnerability. Amy makes the decision to share her story initially with loved ones and then ultimately with the world through her memoir.
It's a bold act, a way of defying shame and secrecy. It's about reclaiming her agency and empowering others to do the same.
Throughout the book, the idea of running keeps coming up, both literally and metaphorically. It represents her attempts to outrun the pain of her past, to escape it.
Yeah, it's a recurring theme that will resonate with anyone who's ever tried to suppress difficult memories or bury those tough emotions. We've all been there in some way.
It's in the moment she stops running, though, that true healing and acceptance begin to take root. It's a powerful message of hope for anyone who's ever felt trapped by their past.
It's like she's finally saying, "This happened, and I'm not going to let it define me any longer."
Exactly. The Tell reminds us that we have the power to confront those demons, rewrite those narratives that hold us back, and ultimately create a brighter future.
It's a testament to that very idea. The Tell is a raw and honest account of one woman's journey towards finding her voice, reclaiming her power, and inspiring others along the way.
And that's where we'll wrap up part one of our discussion on The Tell.
We'll be back with part 2, where we'll explore the book's strengths, weaknesses, and dive deeper into Amy's unique perspective on healing and recovery.
Now that we've, really explored the emotional core of the tell, let's maybe shift gears a little and talk about the book itself, the writing, that kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. One of the things that really stood out to me about Amy Griffin's writing is just like how raw and honest it
Oh,
is.
absolutely. Her vulnerability is so palpable.
Yeah.
It feels like you're right there with her, listening to her share her story over coffee or something.
It's so real and authentic. And I think that really speaks to the power of, just being genuine in your writing.
Absolutely. And then her choice to explore psychedelic assisted therapy that adds this whole other really fascinating and thought-provoking layer to the story.
It does. It's still a relatively new and I think often misunderstood approach to dealing with trauma. And the tell gives us this really interesting glimpse into its potential benefits.
For sure. It opens up this whole conversation about alternative treatment options and encourages readers to think outside the box when it comes to healing.
Yeah, it definitely challenges those preconceived notions. Now, while Amy's personal journey is incredibly compelling, I think it's worth noting that the book's focus on her individual experience might not resonate with every single reader.
That's a good point. Some people might be looking for a broader perspective on trauma and recovery.
Right, and the discussion of psychedelic-assisted therapy, that might not be for everyone, and it's important to be mindful of that.
Yeah, for sure. It's a sensitive topic, and it's good to approach it with that awareness.
Absolutely. But even with those potential, I guess, limitations, The Tell is still a powerful and important book.
Without a doubt. It's a story about resilience, about courage, and about the transformative power of sharing your story, even when it's hard.
And ultimately, I think it's a story about hope.
Yeah. The Tell offers this, beacon of hope for anyone who's ever struggled with trauma.
Yeah.
It reminds us that healing is possible, even in the face of incredible adversity.
Amy Griffin's journey is a testament to that. It shows the human spirit's capacity for growth, for change, and for finding light, even in those really, really dark places.
And if you're moved by Amy's story and want to, dive in yourself, make sure to check out that link in the description to get your own copy of The Tell.
We definitely recommend adding it to your reading list.
Now, as we kind of start to wrap up our discussion, let's maybe take a moment to reflect on some of the key takeaways from The Tell.
Okay, so Amy Griffin's story really underscores that trauma can show up in so many different ways, and its impact on our lives can be huge.
Yeah, and it emphasizes how important it is to seek help when you need it, to find those healthy ways to cope with whatever challenges trauma might bring.
Right. And I think most importantly, The Tell reminds us of the power of sharing our stories, of breaking the silence, and reclaiming our voices.
It's a powerful reminder that being vulnerable can actually be a source of strength. And by sharing our experiences, we can help others feel less alone in their own struggles.
If you're enjoying this episode, finding something valuable in our discussions, we'd love it if you show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel.
And we always love hearing from you, so feel free to leave your thoughts, your comments, anything you want to share down below.
And if you want to learn more about Amy Griffin and her work, you can find more information in the description. So as we kind of wrap up our exploration of The Tell, I keep thinking back to that, feeling of unease that Amy talks about at the beginning,
Yeah, even though on paper she had everything, there was this underlying sense that something just wasn't quite right.
It's really relatable, even if you haven't experienced the same kind of trauma as Amy.
Oh, absolutely. I think we all have those moments where we're just going through the motions, not really fully present in our own lives.
Exactly. And I think The Tell really encourages us to pay attention to those feelings, those subtle cues that something might be off.
It's a call to, really look inward and explore what might be going on beneath the surface.
And remember that healing, it's not a one and done thing, it's a journey.
It's an ongoing process, right?
Oh.
You're constantly confronting your past, learning to embrace the present, and working towards creating a future that's aligned with who you truly are.
And The Tell so beautifully illustrates that resilience of the human spirit, that ability to face our truths no matter how difficult they might be.
It's a story that stays with you. It really makes you reflect on your own life and maybe even inspires you to start your own journey of self-discovery.
Absolutely. And if you're feeling that pull to explore your own story, we highly recommend checking out The Tell.
You can find a link to buy the book down in the description below.
We'd love to hear what you thought of The Tell, what parts resonated with you, all that good stuff.
Yeah, definitely leave a comment down below, and let's keep the conversation going.
As always, thanks for joining us on this literary journey.
Until next time, Keep those pages turning.